Oh, that sounds like copyright infringement right there. Ooh, another Mooshroom Island. Or is that the same one?
Oh, Chibbles, I did another light show stream this afternoon too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We all got the notifications. Good job on your stream. It's too bad I'm always asleep at that time. Otherwise, I could be awake and obnoxious at you.
It's probably better for her stream.
Yeah, I mean, really, hecklers make most comedy shows better.
In some ways, it'd be nice to have someone come in and actually say something.
Yeah, it doesn't take long before people start trickling in and becoming a thing.
I keep forgetting to look until like 11:30 or midnight. I'm like, oh look, there went another one. Okay.
You negligent
I had
beast.
a follow, but
Well, there you go. That's a start. First, people follow you, then people start to actually talk because, like, somewhere between 60 and 70% of viewers are lurkers. They're people who never talk. These are just the numbers that you have to accept, and so if you're streaming and you're not getting much in the way of chat, it's pretty normal. Quite regular that I don't have much going on in my chat, even though I'll have sometimes 5 or 8 people watching. The vast majority of people are lurkers.
It's a lot of talking to yourself for the first while.
Yeah, you just do stream of consciousness. Just talk about what you're thinking about, what you're doing, why you're doing it. And, once you kind of get into the habit of doing that, then people will start to interact with that. They'll be like, oh, well, I never thought of it that way, or oh, I never even realized that was an option, whatever. And boom, that's how the conversation will start. It just starts kind of organically off of random shit you say while you're talking to yourself.
yeah, I have been reading the quest text, so
Yeah, and as Wolf's pointed out, he's had 100 viewers after a raid and still only had 5 people talking. I feel like the numbers that I read that said 60 to 70% are probably low. I feel like it's more than that are lurkers usually, but there have been times when I've had 4 people in chat and there's 4 people talking, so it's obviously going to vary.
I think it also depends on who those people are. Like if you've got Chibbles, me, Wolf, and Mickey, then we're more likely to talk. Whereas if you've got, people who just come to see the Minecraft, then
Well, I mean, when I was playing a different game called Mindustry, that's where I met Mushy and KBPM, KBOP, PYM, or however the hell you spell that. There was a bunch of people that I met through that, and I mean, I was playing the game, and right away they chime in like, oh yeah, you can do things this way. Oh, you can do this. This is the shortcut for that. And oh hey, can I join in? Was another common thing. And so, what did Wolf just say? I think building game watchers are more likely to lurk and have you on in the background as they also play. Yeah, sometimes they're watching and getting ideas, or they're just listening for the companionship of having someone else doing something similar. an action or an RPG game, they're more likely to react to what's on screen. That's exactly my findings with Mindustry. I had a lot more immediate response from people where they're talking about what's going on, what I'm doing, and suggesting things or asking to get involved, joining in and playing with me.
Yeah.
So something where you can co-op, you're way or versus either or, you're way more likely to have people talking because they're going to either be giving you suggestions and pointers, asking you about your playstyle, asking to join in with you. There's a variety of different reasons why they're more likely to talk to you.
Although, I mean, in saying that, this is Locho, it's, it's inherently, you're able to co-op.
Yeah, it's also a 10-year-old game, so there's going to be maybe less viewership than if it was something that came out 2 years ago. But
true,
you work with what you've got.
But, yeah. In saying that, Minecraft is how old now?
10 years.
Shit, really?
Yep, 2010 it came out. Lotro actually
That's
came
right.
out in 2007, 2008.
Yeah. Oh, well. I'm going to go rest my neck.
Go potato time.
Before I hopped into the chat, I was actually finishing up one of your previous streams, so it took me a little extra time to hop in.
Okay. You think I'm doing good, or?
I think you're doing great.
No.
I don't even necessarily know if I'd want to hop into chat while you're doing the Lotro stuff because you're going through lore and quest stuff and everything else. At least while you're reading things, I would definitely, if I hear you start reading something, I'd be quiet. But like while you're traveling from place to place, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, the number one thing with
Yeah.
the stream is, to just talk to yourself about what you're doing so people can understand what you're thinking rather than leaving them to guess because you've been silent for 2 minutes. And if there's text on screen, it's just a no-brainer. You read it out loud. Unless you're doing a co-op stream like you, me, and Wolf are doing, where we say, whatever, let's just jam through these quests. We're not sitting and reading them individually, so there's no point in sitting and reading them out loud.
Yeah. Which is why I've started a tone that's solely for the...
Mm-hmm.
I think restarting the character for your stream was a good idea, and then doing it in parts as you continue along.
Yeah, learn the lore with this one. You may have read the lore 1,000 times before, but go through it like you're learning the lore with this one, and then it also helps to introduce new players to the game.
Yeah, I mean,
it was showing me the start of where you were and going forward, which is kind of neat.
And I mean, I'm just one of those people who will pick up the quests and do them because they're the quests to do, rather than reading them. Even not just because we're doing the playthroughs, the three of us, but that's just what I do.
Mickey agrees here. He says,
yeah,
playing along is a thing with some genres for sure. So, like depending on what you're doing in the game, even there may be people who they're just sitting there listening and playing along while you're doing your thing. They're just playing along doing their thing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been looking at the numbers that have been coming to stream because I don't want to get too caught up in that.
Yeah, there's not really a point in focusing on the numbers too much because those numbers will change and vary from one day to the next.
And from one time slot to the next. And because I've got that because I've got so many issues with trying to work at, working and that sort of thing. It's just
Yeah, there's some days in the same week where I'll have 10 people viewing on stream, and then other days, like right now, I've got 3 viewers. It's
yeah,
it's not really anything that you can control, and obsessing about it or focusing on it doesn't change it. So, why worry
yeah,
about a thing that you have no control over? The
yeah,
only thing you have
exactly.
control over is what you do and how you present, what kind of entertainment you are, and if you provide good entertainment, great. People who
Yeah,
like it will eventually find you. It just takes time.
Yeah, I started realizing you were kind of more doing it in your afternoons, which is more our evenings, which is, a little less likely going to be able to hop in and hang out and help out because still spending time with the wife before she's going to sleep and so on and so forth. So that's why I've been going back and watching them after the fact to see, what I
yeah,
missed.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
But
mean,
it's
you stream when you can stream, right? That's the idea.
yeah,
yeah,
do what you
and I
can when
mean,
you can.
You're
and,
getting
and
in, sorry, like you're getting in a couple hours, an hour and a half to 2 in the middle of the afternoon while we're all gone. And then if you hop on like you are now with a bunch of us around, it's going to be a lot harder to do that kind of stream that you're doing in the evening.
exactly, which is why I'm not doing it in the evening
Yeah,
because I've either got to talk to you guys or I've got to do it on my own and not, you know,
yeah. Wolf is saying the stats are kind of unimportant until your average is somewhere between 10 and 25 generally. So obsessing about it is, it's futile anyway.
yeah.
Come on, puppers.
However, I do need to remember to um,
Use your words.
raid at the end of my streams.
Yeah, once you've got a few viewers, taking a raid over to somebody else's channel is a good way to introduce you to
Yeah,
them to you, your viewers to each other, etc. And you make connections that way. That's how I met Kiwa. That's how I met you. That's how I met Wolf. That's how I met Mickey. Like most of the people that I've met came through a raid at some point or another, whether I raided someone or someone raided me.
Not me. I'm just a pain in the ass tag along.
Yep, you're just one of those things stuck on the bottom of my shoe I can't get rid of.
well, I'm glad that you're stuck on, well, my hip.
Stuck on her hip.
Well, I
I don't
thought
know.
he
She
was my,
lost me.
I thought he was my husband.
Well, that's not where he's stuck. He's wrapped around your finger if
Oh,
he's a husband. That's what
No,
the
I'm that
ring.
ball. I'm that ball and chain you drag around.
Yeah, he's either the ball and
yeah,
chain or he's wrapped around your finger. That's what the ring represents, isn't it?
true. Although I don't see no ring.
Well, they have laws against that right now. He's got to get rid of the first one first.
Oh,
And there's no intention for that happening, so don't get your hopes up.
no.
Alright, this can go in there.
Oh, well, my neck says go to bed.
Probably good advice.
Indeed, especially as I have to be up early.
That's a new map. That's the one I'm looking for.
Well, don't take too many drugs to pass out and have a good night's sleep.
Have good mosh pitting.
Drugs was last night's, like,
East and north. Okay.
anyway, catch you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Let's see if I can find my way to this treasure today. Oh, I found a witch's hut by the looks of it. Nope.
I'm gonna take a few and get up and stretch.
Okay, I'll be here. That is a village. No villagers, though. Where are the villagers? Wonder if somebody already raided this town. It looks like it's been pretty well picked over. No, there's still people here. Okay, so it hasn't been pillaged by pillagers. Bungy, bungy, bungy. I don't think I need that sugar cane. I will return.